let's see. I think that we are live and we are feeding out to the folks. You know, I hope the people out there are ready for this. This one is going to prove why we're on Utreon. Okay? If you're listening to this later, if you're watching this later on YouTube, we are on Utreon. That's where we go live from because then we can handle shooters. We
We
could
can handle
actually
our guns.
yeah, we could actually have shooters right there. Shooters. See that? Real American steel. So that's why we're doing it. But also tonight we've got I see someone already said between two dicks tonight. Uh that's happening. It's I don't know, man.
Hank's
I
not in the middle.
I think no, I'm not going in the middle of you. No way.
No reverse Oreo. We can't
No,
convince you.
not tonight. No. I'm off to the side. Um, yeah, I think this will be very civilized. I think this is going to be a very civil. This
Tony
might be the
Simon
most
would,
peaceful.
would.
Huh?
Tony Simon would. That's all
Oh,
I got
Tony
to say.
Simon would. Well,
Oh,
I
we got to
mean,
get Tony
yeah,
Simon in
I
here on
mean,
the other side.
yeah. Tony is.
And I don't even know what the hell that would be.
Yeah, Tony's very
Unless
loose.
you put
He's loose.
unless you put Rich and I in the middle, and then you got to
Yeah,
double
then it'd be
stuff
double
Oreo.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so listen, like I said, let me do this. Let me remind you guys to go to hankstrange.com, sign up for our email list there. Look around the site. It's the brand new site. It's brought to us or built by 2A Commerce. So if you're enjoying our brand new website over there on hankstrange.com, that was built by 2A Commerce. Thanks to those guys.
It's like 30 minutes or so to go.
Yeah, so
You're not having any?
yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't have made anything then.
So Rich is getting in trouble already.
Oh,
okay. So listen.
My Barnauls onesie.
Make sure you go there. Rich left it. He didn't mute himself. Should we mute him or should we listen to him get into trouble?
I think we ought to mute him.
Yeah,
It is so uncomfortable.
let's mute him. All right. So anyway, go to hankstrange.com. That's the best place to go. Big shout out to the folks at Blackout Coffee. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is it tomorrow that we have Guns and Gadgets? I'm not sure. I'll have to check with Lola here. But anyway, that being said, let me load these dudes up into the thing here. Let's see, we'll load them up, and we will kick the show off. Let me get this going here. Let's do this.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Okay, let's kick this off with Jazz Heads. Come on, Jazz Heads. There we go. We are live. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. This is episode 859 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Tonight, why do I have SHF's Flying? I don't know. If I have that in the title, Lola, you got to change it. That's a typo. I don't know why on my thing it says SHF's Flying Rich. I don't know. That's weird. But
That's it on mine too.
yeah. Oh, so yeah. We gotta adjust the title of that. I don't know what's up with that. But yes, we have Flying Rich. There he goes, in his onesie. Oh, the squadron. There goes the squadron patch. What the hell is? I forgot to bring my squadron patch in here too. Damn it. Okay. Let's see the onesie. Let's see the onesie from Barnauls. Can we see it? Oh, you're muted. Hold on a second. Wait, I gotta unmute you. Hold on. I muted you because you were getting chewed out by the wife. There you go. He's in his onesie.
So my wife came home and saw this. She's like, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "It's the most comfortable thing ever." She's like,
Yeah.
"That is not attractive."
Wife mixes no words. We also have another Richard. As I said, two Richards tonight. Richard Hoffman of BWE. How are you, sir?
Good. How you doing, Hank?
Awesome. Good to have you here. Hope you're feeling well.
I am feeling real well.
Awesome. Great. This is going to be a fun show, man. We got Flying Rich. We got Richard Hoffman. I'm here. You guys are all here. Rich is gonna have some guns to show up. Well, both of them. Yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna have to call one the Hoff, and then Flying Rich. Can we? Is that like? I guess that's acceptable, right?
That works.
Yeah, that's acceptable.
Yeah, that's acceptable. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Smash those arrows up under the title. So for you guys who are on Utreon, that means you. That means you, Flying Rich. I'm looking at you.
Uh-oh, I didn't smash. How did you know I didn't smash that thumbs up? All right, now I did.
Yeah. And
Richard, good to see you, man. I kind of missed you. We need to keep in touch.
It's only been an hour.
Well, did you guys just do a show somewhere, you little bastards? Okay, so are we going to start this right? Are we going to start this from now?
Richard's co-hosting all week because Crump had plans going on all week. So I asked Richard to co-host with us.
Oh, my God. So for you, for all the people out there that already got these 2 dicks, and now you're getting extra dicks.
Yep.
What can I say? Apologies.
One more day.
Apologies, everybody needs...
Let me tell you what, Hank. It's a real shit show over there, too.
Oh, boy. Okay. Shout out to, let's see who's out there. Appalachian Gun Runners out there. Jade Grew is out there. Cruise Man. I see Brian Quick out there as well, so shout out to everyone. Night Train says it's the Hoffmeister. So
we got AK Sean.
AK Sean, oh, okay. Shout out to AK Sean as well. I didn't see him in there. Let's see. Let's start with because so we had Flying Rich do the lives from SHOT Show, which was job well done, Rich.
Thanks. I was worried about that.
I take back half the bad stuff I said about you.
In the last week or the last month?
A little bit longer. A little bit longer. I see Alan Powell. Alan Powell says you got a couple of dicks. Yeah, we got 2 Richards on the show. 2 Richards on the show. So Flying Rich was doing that. So we haven't spoken to the Hoff in a while. Let's start off with the Hoff, see what's going on with him. And you got some guns there in the background that we could actually fondle. When's the last time we were actually able to handle guns?
I don't have any guns in the background. What are you talking about?
You better.
I don't know nothing about no guns.
Oh, really? And are you wearing are you wearing Beats or something on your head? What are those headsets?
They're Sony, I think.
Oh, okay. What happened there? How did we lose him? He pressed.
That's it. You made him mad cutting on his Beats.
What did you do, Rich? Your audio is not bad.
I hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get this so
Hoffman's
I can read
too
the
white
chat
for Beats. You know that.
See everything and not be freaked out because it's set back a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think I got it now.
Okay, cool. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, he's not an old curmudgeon-y, don't know how to use a computer guy at all.
Yeah, I'm like most of the firearms industry that we learned about this really neat new thing that came out recently. It's a neat kind of box, plugs into the wall. It's called a computer.
Right.
So we're all kind of new to this thing.
Yeah. What are you using it for? That's the question.
Porn.
There you go.
OnlyFans.
A tale as old as time.
Yeah.
All right, so you're good, man. I know. Are you done with all your chemotherapy? Are you on a new? What's going on with you?
I did the. I'm trying to think when I stopped the main chemo. Probably. Well, I guess it was 3 months ago. I stopped the main chemo, and now I'm getting what my doctor calls maintenance doses of chemo.
Okay.
Which the really heavy duty drugs I'm off of, but I go in every 3 weeks and get an infusion of Avastin. And then twice a day I get to take these little puppies, which hey, I'm not allowed to touch. And I'll take those at 8:00. We'll get to,
You're not. What do you
So
mean?
I
You're
got to
not,
pour
what,
them into the cap and then
They're too toxic to touch.
Yeah, they're too toxic to
no.
touch.
Okay, this makes no sense. You can't
Yeah.
touch it. What exactly is it doing when it goes down your throat into your stomach?
I know. And the first batch of them I got, it's in a hazardous material. It comes in a hazardous material bag.
Oh Lord!
And I'm like, really? And I'm supposed to put these in my mouth?
You've put
And I
worse
said,
things in there,
Dude,
I'm
If
sure.
they're broken,
You're not mixing your Viagra with that, are you?
no.
Yeah.
No, that's a whole different issue.
Right. Yeah.
But
I was gonna ask
this,
Hoffman. I was gonna ask Hoffman if he's like, did he get more grouchy or less grouchy with? I think this is what people want to know. Is he more grouchy or less grouchy? What do you?
I think his grouchiness has evolved.
Yes.
What does that mean?
I think
Rich?
it's just more interesting. I think it's more YouTube or online video affectionate grouchy, and that's if you like New York type grouchy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
And that's what even though he's from Ohio, he really does have that New York attitude. So I do appreciate that.
Little less old timer grouchy, little more sarcasm.
Yeah. 0 F's to give.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Understood.
Trying to clean up my act a little bit so I don't, offend the YouTube gods.
Right. That's almost impossible. We had one of the episodes deleted by YouTube on.
Did you really?
On the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. YouTube deleted one of the episodes.
Was it one of the ones I was on?
No, I think it was one with Kevin Dixie. Let me see. I think it was Kevin Dixie, and because we were talking about the elections.
Oh
Let me
God.
see if I can.
Yeah. You mentioned that. So you were spreading false information.
Yeah. See, it had Kevin Dixie, and it had wait, I always say
Locked
this
and
wrong.
Roe and Joe?
Latinos.
Was it the locked and loaded Latinos or Latinos like
Yeah.
whatever? That one of those. One of that combination, KD and myself, and we got this thing. Your video's been removed for violating YouTube. Yeah. But luckily you can find it on YouTube.
Yet.
No? You're not trying hard enough.
I know. I did get a video on John Crump Live, I think he said.
Mm-hmm.
Got deleted because of me.
Why? What happened?
I used the F word and not the FU word.
Oh, you use.
F. There's a
F
different
word.
F.
Okay.
That F word. Yes. Okay.
Naughty.
The British cigarettes F word. Yes. Okay.
The British cigarette word.
Yes.
Okay. Shame on you. Shame on you. Yes, hold your head down in shame. If we
Was sit in the corner
that's good. Yeah.
with my Thompson.
Yeah. So I think FlyingRich, you've had videos. Have you had videos deleted?
So I was on YouTube, and I can actually simulate the video I did.
Oh boy.
On YouTube right now.
I think we're gonna stay. We're gonna stay all three cameras.
So I was like, so this is what these parts are gonna look like, and I was doing a live stream, and they banned me for having a gun. So there was, the grip module had nothing in it. The slide was not populated; it was just a slide, and. So I had these parts all together, and I made sure I intentionally did this on the live, and boom, they deleted the live stream.
Okay, did you get a strike behind that? Or?
No, they didn't give me a strike.
Okay. Yeah, I think the first time you don't get a strike, but then the next one they give you a strike and they stop you from uploading or some craziness.
Because realistically, there was no firearm parts in the video. Nothing.
Yeah, that's why we go through all of this. And you know what's funny about that? Oh, by the way, shout out to Vanessa Kitty. I see Vanessa Kitty out there. Armament
BK.
Yeah, Armament and Axes also out there. Shout out to Armament and Axes. And speaking of grouchy old coots,
Yeah.
so interestingly enough, it was actually FlyingRich and John Crump that got me onto Utreon, and then their punk asses. Their punk asses
Didn't
stopped.
go.
Their punk asses stopped going live on Utreon. What's up with that, FlyingRich? What's the
Well,
deal?
just because there's a couple extra steps to go live on Utreon, I don't know if they changed that. Is it still you got to go on their site and click a couple of things?
Yeah, I mean, how do you think we do this here? If a gorilla in the mist like Hank Strange could push some buttons, two of the smartest, tech savvy dudes I know can't push some extra. Oh, you poor little babies.
So
I'm over here pushing extra buttons. The Richard Hoffman is over here, getting toxic cancer drugs, and you can't
If I
push
can figure it out, God.
Seriously.
Well, there's two other sites we want to go live on. So Utreon, just John was always handling that. So I'm just going to throw that in the John wheelhouse.
Oh,
and
I see. You're gonna blame it on John. Okay. Right.
Yeah, Utreon, unfortunately, so for the people that don't know Utreon, if you're using StreamYard and Hank uses, what is it called you're using?
I'm using Ecamm.
Ecamm.
Yeah.
So John and I use StreamYard, Hank's using Ecamm, and both of those will feed into different RTSP sources. And with Utreon, you got to both manually start and stop the stream, whereas when you're doing it from StreamYard and you're feeding, what is it, like YouTube?
Yeah, I think John does like
Facebook.
every single one, right?
Yeah.
All at the same time.
Yeah. So you just click, start, stop, and it does it all. Whereas with Utreon, you got to manually start it before and then remember to stop it later.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of
yeah. I mean, that's a big reason. So you can't. So it would be too difficult to do it. Wait, but how would you?
It's not really that difficult. It's like if you wrote a checklist, it's like, hey, start the Utreon stream. Hey, stop the Utreon stream.
Yeah.
Turn off the power on your microphone.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: you two geniuses can write a little script or something to. Yeah.
Well, they could write it. They just can't read it.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, it's harsh here.
By the way, shout out to American Bulldog, who's also out there. If people are listening to this and you want to get shout outs, you've got to actually come on the live on Utreon. So I'm going to be the only brave one out here, because I'm a real American patriot. Okay, I'm
on this Canadian streaming live stream.
Yeah. No. I know it's difficult. Go ahead, Hoffman.
I will say, I wish Utreon would do where you can just live stream right from your Utreon. Because I've thought about doing
from your device
live streams.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do a lot of them, but it would be nice to just, okay, I'm going to do a live stream this Saturday for an hour, jump on and just hit the button. But I can't do that. I got to get this program and that program and do this and do that, and I'm too stupid to do that.
I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna argue on either one of those things. What'd you say? Stupid and cheap?
And cheap, yes.
Well,
it's a wicked combination.
I might be smarter, but I'm still cheap. I'm using John Crump's StreamYard.
Yeah.
You want to give me the login for that so I can go?
We should all use it. By the way, shout out to John. I was just talking to him before the show. So, listen, you know what? I think that it would be awesome if Utreon was just as, easy to use as some of those other things out there. But, I think they're working on it, and ultimately we have to try to participate, which we're doing. But I do understand what you guys are saying, because I know that's how John does it. He broadcasts everything all at the same time.
Yeah, and Hank, I got to give you a hand for taking that leap and just going ahead and doing it.
Yeah, because I have this thing
move.
I have this thing that FlyingRich and John don't know about called big cojones más grandes.
Big brass ones.
No.
that are going to
Yeah.
freeze
I don't
solid this
care.
weekend.
Yeah, I don't care.
Well, the ability, it's always such a pain in the ass because I've got cool stuff right here I want to hold up and show people,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I can kind of roundabout talk about it.
Yeah.
I was like just holding the tip in the show yesterday. It's like, oh, and then this part, and I actually was kind of goofing with it yesterday just to see if I was going to get the stream pulled down to see what was going
on
to happen.
YouTube, you were teasing them.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I think
He was showing them just a tip.
I think Rich wants them to annihilate him so he could go on there and go like full Britney Spears crying.
Actually, I had that video up recently where the guy's like, leave Britney alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was going to use that. I was going to clip that and use it for something.
Yeah. Listen, it was so much fun. Like when we started doing this on Utreon, we remembered how much fun it was. Like, oh, you could you could just pick up a gun, which we're gonna go to Gorn here in a minute. But you could pick up a gun and you can handle it, and that alone it helps. But it is tough because the numbers are different. So like what we're doing is we do it live on Utreon, and then tomorrow I'll rip out the audio and put that up for the podcast side. It goes on iTunes and everything else. And then also I've got to upload to YouTube and do all these things, and it's kind of it's a lot of added extra work. Yeah, but I'm doing it because I think that it is fun to be able to handle those guns and show stuff off and all of that. So we just have to put in the work, and hopefully the Utreon folks can hopefully they can help us out by
Yesterday I did testing in my backyard, and I was thinking about streaming it on Utreon. I just got short on time, so I didn't have enough time to set it up. And not to, Utreon's a great service. I really appreciate what they're doing and how involved they are in how they make, 2A not an evil thing. You're like, hey, we're going to market, we're going to sell ads, and just, your content's tagged firearms, and so firearms ad will go on your content. And that's how it should be. That's, as capitalistic as possible.
Right.
So that's a 60-second warning.
Yeah. Rich is looking around. Rich is like, what the hell just... Hoffman is like, what the hell just...
Yeah, an angel got its wings.
Yeah.
Did you see that fairy that just flew by?
Go ahead.
When I was firing this yesterday, I would have liked to have done it live on Utreon. If I could have just pushed a button and streamed it live, that would have been a lot easier. And, could have gone through what happened here.
Yeah, absolutely. But look, I think we need more decentralized stuff, and it's hard to fight the established platforms, but we got to make sacrifices and do it, because every day they're choking off the folks like us, the people who are more freedom, independent minded. So, we just have to try to stick together and get this done. Okay, so right now it's coming up for 20 something seconds, a little break. We'll be right back. Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms. Boom, there you go, and we are back. By the way, I am enjoying some awesome blackout coffee, like a mixture of hot chocolate, because I'm a big baby, and coffee.
I got to try that out. So you're having Jared on tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow. Let me check with Lola. I think so. I think Jared's coming on tomorrow.
You want me to call Jared? I'll ask him.
No, don't.
Hold on.
He's doing the Lord's work. Don't harass him.
Jared.
So. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'll let you know when Lola lets me know. So, their chocolate is no joke, though. I have to say that.
Oh yeah, I got to give that a try. I haven't jumped on any of that yet.
Yeah, it's the real deal. It's the real deal. Okay, listen, we're in the news section, so let's let the Hoffman here. Any news that interests you, Hoffman, or do you really give a shit about what's?
For the most part, I really don't give a shit about it. Yeah.
Anything else? Nothing crossing your
Supreme Court justice is retiring. Okay, they're going to put another liberal in there. Who cares?
Well, I don't know how liberal he was. I mean, he was kind of middle of the road. I mean, he's probably as liberal as Roberts is.
Yeah, what's this guy's name? I just had it.
Breyer.
Breyer, right? Justice Breyer. Yeah, so he's retiring.
Yeah, he's because he's kind of a middle of the road justice. He's not one of the justices you hear about. So, Kagan and Sotomayor were Obama appointees. You hear about them a lot. And then the 3 Trump appointees you hear about. So,
yeah. I wonder if we can get so obviously he's doing that so that Biden can have the opportunity to put someone in the Supreme Court.
All right. So the nutso thing I saw was I'm hoping this is just smoke fantasy. Because do you remember when Bush 2, like his personal attorney, Harriet Myers or something like that? There was some lady, and everybody lost their crap, and then he quickly went to a real appointee.
And he switched. That was a long time ago. I think it was Harriet
Myers was the person, and everybody's like, BS on this. She's not qualified. So an article today said, Kamala Harris could be a Supreme Court judge. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, you know what? I hope you're not prophetic, Flying. Please. Please no. Yeah. Lord have mercy on our souls.
There is no depth of vast, legal knowledge in that woman's head.
Yeah.
There's no knowledge in that woman's head.
There's only head in that woman's head.
Yeah.
You beat me to it. I was trying to think how to say it without.
I'm gonna get. You know what? It's too bad that we can't get a Trojan horse in there like with Roberts, right? Because Roberts is not really down for us, man. Like, how come we can't get
Roberts.
A Trojan horse in there? Like
what a disappointment.
Like what they did with W. How come we can't get one of those?
Yeah.
But because all Democrats are Democrats and most Republicans are Democrats. That's why.
Yep.
Yeah. So
slimy little pieces of garbage.
Yeah. Also, I have to say before we switch away from that and go to some other news stuff, I think that this is a good distraction for the Biden administration right now, right? Think about it.
If you say we could have the first female black Supreme Court justice. Now, that would solve a couple of problems for them because, Kamala's so unpopular.
And she was a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Well, she was, California Attorney General? So...
Was she a did she have a legal degree of some sort, or?
I'm sure she does. I haven't looked up her credentials.
Yeah. But it would be
trans, right?
I have no idea.
God, I hope so, because can you imagine a woman looking like that?
So here's my thing. Not only I'm going to completely ignore Hoffman on that one. So no, I don't think that she is. Not that it matters. I wouldn't mess with either choice. So
both are quite repulsive.
So it's a good distraction for Biden right now because he's polling so lowly, and whether or not he puts Kamala Harris up there, it's a good distraction just for him to be in that position that he's picking someone, because it reminds the Democrats and the super liberal folks out there exactly why they voted for this crazy ass knucklehead, right? And tries to bring those people back into the fold, saying, "Oh, see, he gets to put someone on the Supreme Court." So it's weird. Like I saw that. What is it, Neil Young? I saw that right before we started. Neil Young is mad at Spotify because they have Joe Rogan, and Neil Young is like, "Take my music off of your platform." Those guys. But those are the people. Those crazy people.
How much money does Neil Young make for Spotify versus Joe Rogan?
I have no idea.
I mean, we're talking.
Yeah, they told him, okay, we'll take your stuff off. Because he gave them an ultimatum. He said, take my stuff off or get rid of Rogan. And they're like, okay, we'll take your stuff off.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Felicia.
There, it's down.
So, let me see. Someone had asked a question here. Let me do it. American Bulldog says Hoffman's looking great. Let's see. And let's see what else is going on here. We got some other comments. Appalachian Gunrunner said, excited to see the Hoffs Gorn. Cruiseman wants to know, with it not being live, how many views have you been getting on YouTube? So I think we're getting probably half the views on YouTube and half of the views on Utreon, right? So we've got to build a bigger Utreon audience, and then the audience on YouTube has to get used to what's going on. But listen, and then we're getting more listens on iTunes and all the other for the audio side. But I think a big part of that is because of Firearms Radio Network. Go ahead, Hoffman.
I will say I forget about you. I mean, in the way of, with your show, now that you're not on YouTube, I forget, oh God, that's right. Hank's on Utreon at 7:00.
Yeah. I see. I know. You forgot about me already. You forgot about me.
Yeah,
already.
I don't.
I see.
Does Utreon give like alerts and stuff like that? Because YouTube does that.
I'm not. That's a good question. I don't know what's going on with that, and I think we've got to come up with a better way, maybe even of communicating with some people. I know
a better way to market it. I don't know how you say it, but yeah, so people know. Oh yeah, it's 7:00. Hank's over on Utreon. Jump over.
Yeah.
There.
The CEO of Utreon was saying that we should use Discord or something like that, which I think I do have a Discord. I just need to figure out
And
how
so
to use
you got to maintain a Discord community. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem with something like that is, okay, I don't even know what the hell Discord is. So how are you going to reach me on Discord if I don't even know what it is?
So what's the one app outside of YouTube? By the way, I post this up on YouTube on the community tab of YouTube/Hank Strange, as well as
I don't see it.
As well as YouTube/ Who Moved My Freedom podcast. I put it on the community. I put it up there tonight. Let me see. I
don't get the notifications. I put a notice on my community tab like, hey, I'm going to be on Utreon with Hank Strange.
Yeah. So check it out.
I know somebody saw it and replied.
There's the post from tonight on Who Moved My Freedom right there.
Yeah, I don't get those notifications.
So yeah, and I did the same thing on Hank Strange. So, but yeah, they've got Hank Strange severely shadow banned right now.
Yeah,
which
I know
sucks.
YouTube probably wouldn't let you do it. But could you do a short or something like, oh, don't forget to tune in tonight at 7:00?
Yeah, I have on the Who Moved My Freedom, I have almost like a pin thing that just plays that tells everyone. But maybe you're right. I probably need to refresh that.
Like something that like you do it every day at like 6:30 or something.
Yeah, look at you being all logical and stuff. You know what? I think this radiation is good for you.
Yeah, I'm not a total dumbass. Close.
Just a half a dumbass. Actually, I didn't go full
all
dumbass.
It is I'm rehashing information from 40 years ago.
Right.
And everybody thinks it's new.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see, any gun world news out there while we're on the news topic?
Johnny B had news today that in California, I don't know if it was California or like a city in California, but apparently they voted, and there's going to be another vote that they have to go through to make it legal, that if you have a firearm, you have to have insurance.
Yeah, they've been planning this for a while.
I think it's a city in California.
Yeah.
I don't know what city it is, but I'm pretty sure it's not the state, but it's a city.
Oh, California.
So, I mean, but you might as well have a poll tax to vote,
Well, I think we need to just go to the San Andreas Fault and,
jackhammer.
Pile a bunch of nukes there and let them off.
Yeah.
Have a nice fireworks show and watch California float off into the ocean.
Yeah, sometimes you have to let these people do dumb shit. And this is going to seem completely off base, but it's relative, I think, because of the kind of stuff that that these real liberal states, liberal cities do. So today, and FlyingRich, you're familiar with Gainesville. I'm not sure how much Hoffman is familiar with Gainesville. I live just outside of Gainesville.
A little bit.
So I went to my Audi dealership today. I had some stuff going on. My taillight was out on my car. And I went over there to visit those guys. And you know what? Like lately, every time I go there, they don't have any cars and it's all kinds of, stuff going on in there, right? So I went there to visit them today. And I went into the deal, like I could see this was all over. Let me just show you guys this. I'm gonna put a picture up here so you guys can see. This
What the hell?
this is what was up in the dealership that of my Audi dealership. And for the people listening on audio, it's a bunch. I'm gonna show you a bunch of frickin' golf carts all over the dealership. Okay.
What
all
in
over
the hell is that
Look,
all about?
this is in a corner. This is in one corner of the dealership.
That's nuts.
Nothing but golf carts. Now, I want you guys to try to think why. Here's a picture of the outside of the Audi.
The golf carts.
Yeah.
Outside, right up front.
A bunch of multicolored golf carts all over there. These are like $10,000 electric, all electric golf carts. I would like, and trust me, if you bear with me on this train of thought, I would like my friends, FlyingRich and Richard Hoffman, to guess why there's all these freaking golf carts up there.
Oh, I bet I know. I saw this on John Stossel. Apparently, there's incentives to get electric vehicles, and you can get basically a golf cart for free.
Really? Okay. That's that's from FlyingRich. I think that's actually a pretty good one, but not what's going on here.
No cars to sell.
Yes, they have a low inventory of cars, so they're trying to figure out how to make money. By the way, these are $10,000 golf carts, and you can get what they call personal loans to buy these. But let me see if you have any other ideas, Hoffman. Do you have some other ideas of why this could perhaps be happening?
I have no idea.
Okay.
They're going to legalize them for the street?
So I spoke to the manager of the dealership, and he said yes, like what Hoffman said, that, there's not a lot of cars coming in, so they got to figure out how to make money, right? Otherwise, they have to start laying off people and all. They can't even get parts to fix people's cars. Like, they were telling me, we're not sure we're going to be able to even change the light bulb.
Oh, my gosh.
But I think that what FlyingRich was saying was cool. But here, let me put this article up here for you. This is a article in Gainesville. Reduced speed limits may be on the way for the city of Gainesville. The Gainesville City Commission approved a plan to reduce speed limits to 30 miles per hour for city roads and 20 miles per hour for neighborhood roads in a meeting on Thursday.
Jesus.
This change comes in the wake of another fatal pedestrian accident that happened on January 4th. Commissioner Harvey Ward said that while the commission is endorsing the plan, it will likely be a few more months until they can take an official vote. Nobody's trying to make Gainesville inconvenient. We're just trying to make Gainesville safe, said Ward. And this goes on.
No.
So Gainesville is a big city. And there's a university there, right? There's University of Florida there, and I understand speed limits around the campus. But I get it. They're going to limit the whole city to like 30, 35 miles an hour, and in some places 20 miles an hour.
How about you outlaw this?
You get, I know because my daughter goes to school at UF that there's incidents, it seems to, I don't want to say fairly regular because I don't have good statistical data on that, but according to my recollection, it seems like occasionally there's a student struck by a car. It can be a combination of, both the student and the driver were drinking, or one of them were drinking.
Yeah, or kids not paying attention, kids being kids.
Right.
But people are going to die. This is going to make more people die when they do this. And
I think the point is that is 10 miles an hour slower going to save a life? And I'm posing that as a question. I don't think it will. I think if you're more damn alert, if you're not looking at your fist widget while you're driving, or looking at your fist widget while you're crossing the street, and somebody's looking at their fist widget while they're driving.
Right.
I think those are the issues that's going on. Is somebody's replying to a text or whatever they're doing, and likewise, people are lulled into a false sense of security.
I don't know.
Like you think you're walking on the sidewalk and you're good, and you're gonna like, oh, it's green, and then you walk across the street like this. And I always yelled at my daughter, like, we're walking in a parking lot. I'm like, put the phone in your pocket. Put the phone away. Like, you're walking, no phone.
So Gainesville already, well, actually, Florida has a law that's been around for years that the minute someone, so in a crosswalk, no matter what the light is, no matter if traffic has the right of way in the light, in Florida, if you step into the crosswalk, you have the right of way over a car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's the most stupid, illogical thing I've ever heard of. And it makes people go, oh, this is the law, so I'm just going to step out in front of this truck. It's not going to kill me. You know? And this kind of stuff doesn't help anyone, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And this is my analogy that I'm trying to make with what's happening in California when it comes to guns. It's not going to make anything better. In a lot of cases, it's going to make it worse. If that law didn't save lives, this is not going to help. And then we're talking about this is not New York City. This is a city very close to the country where people have to drive in here. You know, there's going to be people now going through all kinds of craziness to get to work, go from work, and all this kind of stuff. It's going to be a nightmare for them to do this, but they're going to go full speed ahead. And the dealership was telling me that, maybe we're going to be mad geniuses. This happened today at the dealership. It happened today, and the people there are like, "Whoa, this is going to be interesting."
Next thing you know, you'll have a bunch of old folks in these damn golf carts drag racing down the road, and
people will be souping them up. I'm not going to do it. Here's what I would do. I would just not go to Gainesville.
Yeah.
If I don't have to, I'm not freaking going. I'll take my money and go to another place and do what I need to do.
So, Hank, you've lived in different places in Florida. I only know Palm Beach County, and I'm in Jupiter Farms. So there's no overpasses with hobos living under, in Jupiter Farms or in, like Palm Beach. But like to the south of us, I forget what towns but the more liberal towns, you have, bums living in the park with tents. And in Gainesville, there's always somebody panhandling at an intersection or living under a bridge there. In the more liberal towns, my buddy Larry Sharp says, basically Palm Beach displaces those people to other areas. And maybe that's true, I don't know, or maybe it incentivizes people to be in those areas. They're just so nut job left in these college towns, and especially Gainesville. I don't think they get it. They have no clue what's going on and what reality of the world is. Yeah,
they're just going to make everything worse. The money that it's going to take to even study this before the millions of dollars is like, what are you guys doing? So this is crazy. When I saw it, I was like, wow, this place is getting worse and worse.
Goddamn fairy again.
But California is like that, man. California is like that, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in those places, and how life is for those people. Because the simple solution to California's problem is let people have guns and defend themselves. The bad guys don't give a crap about what laws you make.
They're not going to pay, for what gun insurance. They're not going to pay a user fee. A poll tax. They're just going to get the gun or make it from a piece of pipe like I did.
Yeah, if you're a criminal, you don't give a crap, and if you're not a criminal and you defend yourself, this stuff's going to happen anyway. So, I mean, this is just crazy. It doesn't make any kind of sense. But all right, we're about to take another quick break here, and then we're going to come back into this and talk about some other cool stuff.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Barnaul Ammo. Barnaul has a wide range of reliable, quality steel case ammo for small game, large game, target shooting, and self-defense. They've got the classics like 7.62 and 5.45, as well as 9mm all the way up to 308. Subsonic as well. So when you're in the market, please consider Barnaul Ammo.
All right, so there you go. Brian Quick says, I blame a wine-drunk middle-class white women radicalized by social media.
Isn't that the truth?
White Claw has ruined the world.
Name Karen.
My daughter was drinking White Claw. I had one of those. That's awful. That's like undrinkable, that stuff. But I think it's 0 calories. And I think that's why the girls drink it.
White Claw, yeah. They think it's 0 calories. What's that, Hoffman?
Yeah. Water has 0 calories. Drink that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, drink. I got something for you to drink that has good calories.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I had some good beers with Walter in Vegas.
that's not what I'm talking about. American Bulldog says, "Will the
Hank's
orange?"
talking about the self-made stuff.
American
Nice
Bulldog
and
says,
creamy.
uh, "Give him the milk." American Bulldog says, "Will the orange triangles for the back of the carts be provided by the city?" So, by the way, this guy right here, that's my sales guy right there. That's my sales guy. And this room, like at that dealership, you know when you at these nice dealerships you buy a car, they put it there's a special like garage they pull the car into and present it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's packed with these cars. And he's talking about these orange things on there. I mean, this is going to be a fiasco. I actually want to see this happen just to see the fiasco.
Well, they're already traffic circled nuts, which is the sign of a liberal city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I'm wondering, how is this going to integrate into traffic if they're going to be having these golf carts running around?
Yeah,
that could be. I'm betting you're going to see a spike in vehicular incidents.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. It's going to be weird and interesting. Yeah. So it's going to be cool to watch. Okay, we're in the Gorn section. Let's do some Gorn. Who's got stuff to? Who should we start with here? Okay, let's see. Okay, so
I don't have anything.
Why are you showing us something from Star Trek?
A Gorn.
It's the Gorn.
Oh, that's Gorn from Star Trek?
That's the Gorn from Star Trek.
The Gorn, okay.
That is the Gorn from Star Trek.
Okay. That's what you got. That's your Gorn. FlyingRich. Okay.
I got 5.7 goodness since I was all excited about the PSA 5.7. I broke out my Ruger 5.7.
And let me just say that PSA's 5.7 is way better looking than that one.
I think so. I think it's a must-have.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, if you got a 5.7, you got to have the OG 5.7.
Boom. Yeah, there you go. So, I've got a 5.7. I got a 5.7 back now, so we're gonna have to have a 5.7 match one of these days when you're here.
Do you have one of these?
No, unfortunately, no. I didn't get that back yet.
Hold on, it's a kit gun.
Which you know. Yeah, basically this is a piece of plastic. Yeah, someone needs to make an aluminum version of that.
Actually,
that would be neat.
Yeah, it would be cool. Right?
I think the AWCY guys are 3D printing one of these.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yes.
Okay.
That barrel looks awful long, Rich.
Yeah. Can you shorten it for me?
Yep.
That's definitely not what she said. So yeah, those are some cool things. I think that PSA 5.7 is gonna do really well, man.
Definitely want one.
Yeah. How mad do you think Ruger was about that?
I think they crapped the bed. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope PSA is gonna make some 5.7 ammo also.
Oh yeah, that'd be
somebody
big.
Needs to make it.
Big
yeah.
And neat.
Yeah, I think the patent on it is off, right? Or these guys...
I don't know, patent, whatever, but yeah, that's 50 rounds right there.
Now, I've heard if you take 223 ammo and run it through the hot cycle in your washer, it'll shrink down to 5.7.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trust me.
Do not
steer you wrong.
Do not take medical advice or ammunition advice from Richard Hoffman.
Now, if you take a lot of it, you could put it in the dryer, and go ahead and put it on high heat.
Well, see, I would be afraid it would go with the socks and disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and destroy your washing machine. Or your dryer if you want to.
Boy, that'd be fun though.
That's all on you. That's all on you.
Yeah.
Let's see. So listen, I'm gonna go because we're gonna save the best for last. So we're gonna save Hoffman because he's got the real cool stuff that everyone wants to see. This is my 410. Check that out. 410.
That's cool.
Right here from Henry Rife. Actually, let me go full screen. I'll share this with the folks out there. Very nice. Wood and metal, I think, always is a good combination here. Side loading. What
length is
Henry
that
makes
barrel?
cool stuff.
I can't remember exactly what. I would have to go look it up. I don't think it's on this. Yeah, they do 410 bore, 2.5 inch chamber. I'm not sure how long the barrel is. We'll have to look at the stats. I could pull up the stats. So that's what I've got here. And then after Richard Hoffman shows us some of his cool guns, I am going to show you guys. I have a real badass weapon here that I'm going to show everyone. And I'm going to give you all a clue so you can... I'm going to see who could guess what this weapon is. I'm going to show everyone the box. And everyone gets to have a guess. There's no prizes involved, but I'm going to show you the box right now of the weapon. Who thinks they know what this is? Here's a clue. I've shown this.
It's a minigun.
I've shown this on the podcast before. What is it in this? It's a very, very dangerous weapon. Let's just put it that way.
It's a girl.
Very dangerous weapon. Let's see who could figure that out. Okay. All right, Hoffman, what you got, man? Come on, show us some.
I don't have anything.
So show us some badassery. Don't tease us, man. Don't make us.
Where's the bullet trap? Fire it.
Okay, should we go old school first? Or no, not old school. OG.
Oh boy.
I say OG.
OG.
I gotta show this side. There's some OG for you.
I want one of these. Man. Have you? And you said you haven't shot this yet?
I haven't shot it yet. I don't even know.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Working.
Why?
What
time you get up in the morning? I'll bring you coffee.
Whenever I get up.
Rich is on the way.
Yeah,
he's on the way right now.
What
So tell us, what's the deal? What's the deal with that? What's the deal with that Tech 9?
I just picked it up because all the 3D printer people like Tech 9s.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a big Tech 9 person, but I thought, there might be some money I can make in this.
Okay.
So I'm wondering.
Hold it up. Let's see. Let's get a nice thumbnail up there. Okay, there you go. All right, Tech 9. Hold it up a little bit. Hold it up a little bit more. There you go. Look at that sexy face. Give us a kiss. Come on. Do blue steel. Pull the cheeks in. Oh my God! If you guys aren't watching, you just missed. Everybody got excited right now. Oh, hold on! You're gonna have to do that. I wasn't full screen. Oh boy. Okay, I think this is too much. We're going into OnlyFans territory. Yeah.
How's Cosmoline taste?
Yeah, and your tongue is now ruined. So what is the reason?
Chemo got that first.
Right. What is the reason that the 3D printing guys like Tech 9s? You guys want to talk on that?
Because this is not the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? No, it is the frame. That's the frame, and they can print it. And they've been buying parts kits.
Okay.
Well, with this bringing the frame, there's basically no stress on it at all. So 3D printed, it should last quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're doing is they're making it so you can put a 30-round Glock mag into it. So they're changing it from like that straight up stick mag to an angle, and you can put a Glock mag in.
Okay. And instead of taking it from a good mag design, they're putting a shitty mag design in it.
I mean, this is the way.
This is the way of the Glock.
This is the way, yeah.
But I'm playing with the idea. Okay, how can I make can I make parts for it and sell them? I mean, these stupid things are what, $1,000 now?
Oh yeah, they've gone up.
I mean, it's nuts.
Yeah, I want a Tech 9 in my collection. That's on my list of guns that I want in my collection.
Well, you might end up with that one. Who knows?
Okay, I call dibs.
Um,
I call dibs. You know, when you're done with it.
but
Um,
so I'm looking and
mhm.
thinking about some things, and okay, how can people make that tube? Um, because the problem is if I start making, this piece, the upper receiver and the bolt and all the parts, ATF is going to say, oh, well, this is the receiver and not the plastic piece.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm kind of looking, okay, how can I do it where people can do both pieces? They can 3D print the lower at home, but how can I make it so they can make the upper at home easily?
Okay.
And then I can sell all the guts,
Yeah,
if
I
I
think
can
the
sell
big business,
for enough money.
right? Because nowadays, from what I hear, and FlyingRich can chime in too, I hear that, I mean, the parts and stuff like that, like Glock parts are hard to keep in stock, and a lot
Yeah.
of parts used
Yep.
by the 3D printers. So if I was like a mom and pop business, a smaller business, and I had a
Mm-hmm.
CNC machine, couple of CNC machines, and some other like lathes and other tools, I would
Yeah.
definitely get into making parts for these guys, right? Because that business is only building, right?
Yeah. The big problem is, and I think now the Tech 9 parts have gotten so expensive
Hmm.
because everybody's buying up the parts kits that now it
Right.
might make sense to start making Tech 9 parts. I
Hmm.
mean, it's like the MK760 machine guns. There's no parts available. Everybody kept bugging me to make bolts.
Hmm.
And I said, okay, if I can get 25 people to send me $500 a piece as a
Hmm.
deposit, I'll make a run of bolts.
Hmm.
And nobody wanted to do that. And I
Okay.
said, look,
Hmm.
the bolts are going to be 750 to $1,000 a piece.
Hmm.
Period. If I'm
Hmm.
doing a run of 25.
Wow. Okay. Hmm.
And they all pissed and moaned, and that's too much money. Fine, your bolt breaks,
Damn right
you
it
got a
is.
$6,000 paperweight.
So how much do they want to
Right.
pay? What's the price people want to pay? People always complain everything is too much money.
Yeah, they
Sure.
want to pay like $250,
Hmm.
and it's like,
Good luck.
um,
That's why there's no
yeah, good
bolts.
luck.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
that's not how capitalism works.
yeah,
right. Right. I think you're right about it. Fine. You want a bolt? Give me a $500 deposit. It'll be $750, and we
Mhm.
need an order of 25. Get on the
yep,
list.
Mhm.
yep. Get on the list.
Yeah, because otherwise you've got to put out a bunch of expense to just make those, not knowing that anyone's
Right,
going to buy
and
them.
then they're just going to sit on the shelf
Hmm.
because people don't want to spend the money
Hmm.
until their bolt breaks. And then they call me whining and crying, but I
Hmm.
want a bolt. I had one guy do that. He said I was crazy. I wanted too much money.
Hmm.
Go fish.
And I said, fine, I won't make them. And his bolt broke, and he called me whining and crying that his bolt broke and I need to make a bolt. And it's like, screw you. I wouldn't sell you a bolt for $1,000,000.
Hmm.
But I'll tell you what, I'll give you
I don't blame you.
$1,000 for your broken submachine gun.
Right? Yep. I don't blame you on that one, Rich. Night
Yeah.
Train says the Tech 9 was the gangbanger's weapon of choice back in the day, a low-quality
Yep.
assault pistol from the 1980s through the early 1990s that was banned under the 1994 crime bill.
Yeah. And I thought
That's
if I
funny.
do it,
Hmm.
these barrels are, you can see on this one, they're crimped into the frame
Hmm.
or into this tube. And I thought, why can't I do it like an Uzi and have a barrel nut so the barrel comes right out? So if you bulge the barrel, you just take it out, put a new one in. And then you could have a 16-inch barrel, a 4-inch barrel, a 6-inch barrel, an 8-inch barrel, a threaded barrel, a 3-lug barrel, this barrel or that barrel.
Hmm.
And it just means I can make more parts, because people, well, I want this barrel and that barrel and that barrel and that barrel.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, you need to do what's best for business, man. You've got to pay
I'm in
your
it
bills.
to make money.
Right. Brian Quick says, "What's Rich gonna make the bolts out of? 4140. Then what is that?
Manganese phosphate.
Manganese phosphate. What's manganese phosphate?
Parkerizing.
Oh, so is that what you're gonna do? 4140.
Yeah, 4140. Heat treat it and then parkerize it.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got to take my pills.
Don't touch
is that
it.
what that was? Okay.
Don't touch it. Don't expose it to air.
There you go. He's about to turn. He's about to flip on
I'm
us.
drugged up.
Yeah.
I'm good for another 12 hours.
He's on his meds.
I'm on my meds. Everybody can see it. I'm on my meds.
Right. Officially.
You want me to call the ATF and let them know?
Yeah.
Right. So what other guns do you have there? Let's see it. Show us what you got.
Well, you know this one, except without the suppressor.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Is that a new can on there? Or
No, that's an old Mac can, actually.
Oh.
And it actually works pretty well, considering it was made in the 70s.
Yeah, I would expect, yeah. I mean, that barrel's longer than the whole gun.
I know.
That can, the suppressor, yeah. So that's like a Mac suppressor on there?
Yep.
Okay.
It's an official Mac suppressor. See, you shot that one.
Oh, yeah, this is the fun gun. Gun right here, yeah. The mini Uzi.
Yeah,
Good for clearing a phone booth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very nice. Do you compete with this one, Military Armament Corp?
No, this thing is. I have used it on one bay in a match, and the bay was you were sitting inside a truck, and there's 3 paper targets that are bad guys right outside the driver's door. And you got to open the door, stick your head out, sweep the bad guys, and then shoot a plate rack. Well, I cut one of the bad guys' heads off. Put about 1,000 rounds through each of the other ones. And then did the plate rack, and I think I used 6 magazines or something.
Yeah. That sounds like fun. Okay, what else you got? Come on.
What else I got? That one's going to fall down. Here, sit on the trash can. Mp5.
Look at you, Mp5. This is your own personal?
Yeah, this is one I built and sold, and then it came back to me. I had built this one, and I built for some guy a MP5K, and a friend of mine wanted to buy them both, bought them both, and then called me about a year later and said, I really don't like the MP5. I like the MP5K. Do you want it back? And it's like, okay.
Okay.
But I got to modify this one. I got to make it like I did yours.
Yeah, I know you hate
the
MP5s.
red dot was up here.
Right.
And then the Picatinny rail in between.
Yeah. So maybe you can sell this to someone. Maybe FlyingRich could get up on MP5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have MP5 money.
Oh, well.
Although I did place an order with Safety Harbor Firearms today.
You ordered a 50?
I ordered a 50.
Congratulations.
That's my Christmas present from 2 years ago.
Oh, you need to get yourself... Armament and Axis says, I really never wanted a Tech 9, even back in the 90s when we sold them at the gun store I worked for.
With Arms List, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors, so when you're in the market, please consider Arms List. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Arms List.
Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so we're back here. Armament and Axes didn't want a Tech 9. Can you imagine he could have just stacked Tech 9s for like what, $100? What? How much were
I
they
know.
back then? Was it
Yeah,
like what was the price? Seriously,
they were like $100, I think.
damn! And he
They
could be
weren't
just
much.
selling them at $1,000 a pop. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a visionary though. That's why he didn't like him then either. I don't not that I blame him. From what I hear, they had like a
they
bad
had a bad
reputation.
rap.
Yeah, of not
They were a
working.
piece of junk, but
But I just think they're cool looking because you know why? Because it was in so many movies.
they were plastic before plastic was cool.
Yeah, they were, but they were also just. It's almost like you're programmed from it being in so many movies. Like, oh,
Yeah.
now I'm a gun guy. I should at least have one of those. So yeah, I get that.
All right, I'm a Stargate fan.
There you go, Stargate. There you go. All right, so what? Let's see what Rich has here.
Well, this is actually not a real
Tommy,
gun.
is this? Oh, okay. I was about to say this is some kind of weird Tommy gun looking thing.
Yeah, it's an 80% receiver that I'm going to build into a M1 Thompson,
Oh, okay.
but
Huh.
it's the outside and the inside is just a solid block.
Yeah.
But it's a Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Or will be.
Yeah, very
Never
cool.
will be.
Are you doing videos on this, or what's the deal?
Building this one, yeah, I'll do videos on it.
Oh, very cool.
Shit.
Not right now. I'm not ready, but
The bag didn't go, did it? Oh, he didn't hear
I
us.
yanked my cord
Rich,
out.
you didn't have a bag emergency, did you?
yeah.
No, I yanked my headphone cord out.
Armament and Axis says he's just not a fan of them. He wish he would have done that with the Mac 90s.
Yeah,
How much were Mac 90s?
not much.
Okay.
There's all kinds of stuff that should have bought.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should have not sold all the M1 carbines I sold for $250
Ooh.
over the years.
Oh, that's something that blew up. M1s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I wish I could go back in a time machine to the 80s and just buy a whole bunch of. I would have put all my money. I would have starved. Listen to me. Listen to this out. I would have starved and put all my money into Rolexes because right now those things are ridiculously
Really?
priced out. Yeah, man. The Rolex market is gone super stupid crazy now. And if you think about it, like back in the days, you could get into these things really, really easily. But now it's and I was reading an article that the people in China that are making all this money, they're buying that over buying houses because you could put it on your wrist or put it in a bag or whatever and move around the planet without having to worry about getting your money out of China. So they're just buying up everything. So there's a lot of things like
That's
that. Man.
interesting.
I don't worry about getting my money out of China.
Well, yeah, you don't have any in there, but if you're in
Yeah.
China with your money. But
Right,
there's a
right.
lot of things. Like go back, when did Apple start? In the late 70s, early 80s? When did Apple first go on the Yeah.
Might be like super early 80s. Might be like at the edge of the 70s.
yeah. There's a lot of things like that if you could go back.
In New Jersey in a garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, for sure guns. I mean, I can imagine guns is the same thing. There's guns.
Oh, yeah. There's all
just-
kinds of guns that you could have made a killing on,
Yeah. If you went back to when they made all these things illegal and you just stacked machine guns
Yep.
and then you
Well, I mean, yeah, if you went back to, hell, even if you went back to like the late 80s,
Mhm.
nobody wanted machine guns. Nobody could afford to feed them.
Mhm.
It wasn't until, I mean, they really didn't start really taking off in money till what, 15
Machine gun?
years ago?
Is that when machine guns really took off that everyone started getting
Yeah,
back?
that's when they just started to go crazy. I mean, when I got into it, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago, and a brand new Uzi from Vector, full auto, was $2,500.
Hmm.
And they're now, what, 18 grand?
Jeez. So right now with everything that was happening with ammos, did people want machine guns less, or machine gun prices still going up?
They're going up now. They had a slump around when Trump was in office.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly when, and they went
The
through it.
Trump slump.
They died off during the Trump slump.
Yeah.
And then they started to come back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Armament and Axis says Apple founded April 1st, 1976.
76. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if they were traded on the stock market until the 80s.
Oh no, not then.
yeah.
I don't know when they went public.
Yeah.
Customer of mine bought a transferable HK sear. And it was just the sear.
Yeah, imagine if you stack those.
Oh, yeah.
Like
what
drop-in
did-
auto
bought it.
sears.
Yeah, what did those cost?
God, when did he buy it? 4 years ago,
Okay.
and he paid $30,000 for it.
Wow.
Ooh.
The sear.
I know I can sell
A
it
trigger
tomorrow.
pack, basically, right? That's a trigger pack? on
Yeah,
the
it wasn't
HK?
even a trigger pack. It was just the sear by itself.
Just the sear. Oh,
Yeah. I know tomorrow I could sell that sear for $42,000.
wow.
That's nuts.
What were those
Yeah,
back in the
crazy.
days? What did those cost back in the days?
$75.
Holy
If that.
moly. Yeah. Jeez. If I ever get my hands on that time machine, man. First
Yeah,
of all, I'm
if
going to
you
look at this
went back-
episode.
If you went back pre-86, you could buy those things out of Shotgun News, AR-15 drop-in auto sears and HK sears. You could buy those things for like $50.
What's the most expensive machine gun that's out there right now? What's the most expensive machine gun to buy? Is it the Sturmgewehr or is it like a Gatling gun?
no.
What's the most expensive one?
I mean, if you're talking common stuff, you're talking probably the HK lines, and like MP5s are going for $42,000.
Oh. What were so MP5 machine guns back when you could get them? What were those? What did those cost?
Well, see, you couldn't get them because they weren't out in '86. Well,
Oh yeah,
okay,
that's right. That started somewhere in the
because they
80s.
had to be made before 1968 to be imported.
Right. Oh, okay.
Um,
So yeah, and they're not. Yeah, so you couldn't. They wouldn't have been anything that you could.
Right. You could have gotten an HK 94, which was the long barrel wannabe MP5.
Mhm.
What were they? $1,000 or something back then? You're talking an HK. It's really with the HKs, it's the damn sear that's worth all the money. You get a transferable sear and shit.
So what is the most expensive machine gun out there that you've seen, at least? I have no idea. I don't even think about machine guns, man. That's like when I win the lottery, then I'll compile the
I'm
list.
trying to think. There was something that just sold.
Richard has a friend that wants a couple of Gatling guns for his
Yeah,
helicopter.
a couple of miniguns.
Mm-hmm.
Post sample minigun is about $250,000. A transferable minigun, $1 million. There is something that just sold, and somebody told me about it, and I can't remember what it was. It was like one of the old German machine guns or something. And it went for, I don't know, something $25 million or something ridiculous. It was just, there's 5 of them in the world and, one transferable in this country. And it went up for auction and it went for stupid money.
Yeah, I wonder who has the most valuable collection.
I know who did.
Who?
Oh, who's the guy?
The Dragon Man?
Not the Dragon Man, but they confiscated all this stuff. Why can't I think of his name?
A gun guy? This is recent.
Yeah, gun guy. Over the summer.
Over the summer.
Yeah. We
got
were just talking about that recently. I can't remember the guy's name.
Oh, yeah.
Famous guy, older guy, and he didn't
movie
renew
star?
his.
A movie guy or like
No, I think
just
he's
a
a YouTube guy, wasn't he?
No, older guy. He just didn't renew his like SOT or something like that. Larry Vickers.
Oh, Larry Vickers.
Larry Vickers. Oh my jeez. Yeah. Imagine what his and he had a
Yeah,
ton of
but
machine guns.
he's dealing with all kinds of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on.
You know. Yeah. Brian Quick said,
Trey Knight.
Knight,
Yeah.
I don't know who
Yeah.
owns that stuff. I don't think Trey owns it. I think all that stuff is owned by his dad, Reed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Trey. That's what I was thinking. Trey's the son, right?
Trey's the son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trey
I've met
is
Trey.
he is Reed Knight the third.
Yeah, I've met Trey at SEMA show.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm actually rocking my SEMA show jacket right now from SEMA show 21. What? But yeah, I met him at SEMA show. Oh my God, in 2019 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was really cool.
The big thing with like Reed Knight, he has a massive collection.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
But it's a museum.
Yeah.
Okay, is it him that owns it, or is it the museum that owns it,
or it could be a trust or something like that.
Yeah.
Max Timal 007, who I've never seen comment, says, "Okay, I'm definitely not getting this one right. I am better off saying, what was that word? Manganese. I could say manganese a cajillion times.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah,
it was something. I think it was something
Jagger.
Yeah, Fallschirmjäger.
Fallschirmjäger 42.
Yeah. Fallschirmjäger.
That could very well be what sold.
What the hell? Oh, hold on. Let me look.
Money.
Wait. I don't even know what that is. What the heck is a Fallschirmjäger? Yeah, this is going to take me forever to spell.
Yeah, it's an FG42.
Hell, you copy and paste.
Oh, FG42?
Yep.
And
that could have been the one that just sold.
That's the most expensive.
I don't know if it's the most expensive. They're real expensive, though.
Let's see.
The question is, does Walter have one?
No, he's got a semi-auto, I think.
For some reason, my phone is not connecting to this thing. I'm trying to put to show what's on my phone up here. Let's see if we can get this to work. Trying to show. Come on, phone. Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Fallschirmgewehr. So, it's like Sturmgewehr, Fallschirmgewehr, 42 paratrooper rifle. Oh, wait, who had one of these?
Didn't Walter have a semi-auto?
Yeah, Walter has a semi-auto of this. Is that how much is this? And this sold for $25 million?
I think it was something stupid like that.
Holy!
But it could have been. See, they made some of those in the same cartridge that the STG-44 was made in. The 8mm Kerrs.
Okay.
And it could have been one of the 8mm Kerrs because they're rare as hen's teeth.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
But I mean, any of that stuff that's, because a lot of these old machine guns, there's one. There's one transfer.
Crazy.
What's the most valuable gun in the world? I guess it doesn't
45 caliber Luger.
What are you talking about?
45 caliber Luger, there's one made.
45 caliber Luger?
Yep.
45 caliber Luger. Okay, hold on. I got to go search another. And how much is that? What does that run?
Oh, I don't know. It's been a decade since I've looked at that.
Let's see. What does that look like? Oh, that looks like
the big Luger.
Yeah. So there was only one of these made?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, the FG-42...
why was there only
Max
one of those made?
007 said one sold at Rock Island auction for $316,000, which, in the world of expensive machine guns, that's nothing. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's chump change.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are stuff that sell for millions.
Yeah. Those that Rock Island auction, that thing is no joke. I was just talking about
No.
Rolexes. I know
Yeah.
I have a friend that collects Rolexes. They sell guns and Rolexes
Yeah.
in that thing. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it, but that video I did on the 1921 Colt Thompson,
Okay. No, I didn't see
that
it.
that actual gun I did in the video is
Mhm.
probably going to go to Rock Island for sale.
Okay.
Because the guy wants to get rid of it, and I've been telling him, that's where
Yeah.
it's got to go.
Is
If
it?
you want the top money for it, send it there.
Yeah. Night Train says, "How about the rare Mondragon? Is it Mondragon or Mondragoon rifle? Mondragon rifle. I don't even know what the hell that is.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Mondragon rifle. Oh, it's a thing. Manuel Mondragon. Okay, hold on. Let's put this up here. People see. It refers to one of two rifle designs developed by Mexican artillery officer General Manuel Mondragon. These design includes a straight pull bolt action M1893 and M1894. Huh. So, what is the craziest gun? And I know this is completely off topic, but it's kind of fun. What is the craziest gun either one of you guys have seen in person, or one of the coolest or weirdest or most rare guns that you've seen in person? Like, you were there. You didn't necessarily touch it, but you were right there with it. Maybe it was behind glass, or, it was on display and you were... FlyingRich, you got one?
No, well, an air show A10 with a Vulcan Gatling gun.
Okay. Vulcan Gatling gun. Okay. Interesting.
I think probably, any of the original Gatling guns, but I think that Gardner gun is pretty cool.
The Gardner.
And it's two barrels side by side, and you turn a crank, and there's bolts in it that go and fire one barrel after another, and it's just neat.
Gardner gun. Okay, that looks like a early is that
that's turn of the century or something.
Yeah.
18 something.
Yeah. Okay, so mine are two that I could think of immediately. Okay, what was the name of that movie with Tom Selleck that was
Quigley?
Yeah, Quigley. I actually saw that Quigley gun in person.
Yep.
Like, I could go touch it like that. I saw that somewhere that I went. And that was really cool to see, because I saw that. I've seen that movie. I thought that movie was a really cool movie. And then the other one that I saw that was really rare is I went to the Dragon Man Museum a couple of years ago in Colorado, and Dragon Man, I actually asked him what was like the coolest, most rare gun he had in there, and in a glass case he had this like a belt buckle gun from
the Germans.
Yeah, from Hitler's bodyguards had like a belt buckle gun that flipped out, and it shot wood bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Wood bullets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it had swastika and everything on it.
Yeah.
And he said that there was only like somewhere like 2 or 4 of them ever that existed. And the one that he had was serial number 001 or something like that. And he was
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't fire real bullets out of it because it'd kill you.
Well, so in World War II,
where it is.
Did they have to resort to wood bullets and stuff like that a lot back then? Or it was just the gun?
I've never heard of that.
It was just the force of the gun going off.
Wow.
Would probably kill you, because you figure where it is,
Mm-hmm.
It's awful close to your nutsack.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if I could put a gun. We got like 20-something seconds. Would you actually rock a belt buckle gun? Real quick,
No.
You two. Okay. Hoffman says no.
I don't know, like a North American pug? Something like that?
No,
this
is something that shoots from the belt buckle. It doesn't come off.
Yeah.
It doesn't like flip out?
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
it's
We're breaking.
attached to the belt buckle.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like TUSC Crypto. TUSC cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider TUSC, TUSC.
Yeah, see, this is why we have the... Oh, look at that. Oh, look like Superman. Rich has got his TUSC shirt on under the brown. Dude, how much like actual gear do you have on today, man? You've got your bro. Look at FlyingRich. He's got on. First of all, behind him, he has this massive John Crump Live Team Uncool banner. So there you go. Then he has on the BOP patch on a hat. He's got the Barnauls onesie on and a TUSC shirt. And his underwear. Where's your underwear from? Who knows? Probably
just generic.
Probably not even rocking.
Generic tighty whities, you know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're tighty whities.
With a big old brown streak in them.
With skid marks, yes.
Hey, landing strips.
Here, Hank, I just looked over and saw something cool that,
What?
You said, what's cool guns?
Mm-hmm.
And this thing is a piece of junk, but I think it's really cool.
Ooh. What is this? Is this a...
Whoa.
It's a 410 shotgun, but it was made turn of the century as a pistol. There's
that is
grips
crazy.
that go on it here. Hammer. It's got the, cocking lever. I've got all the parts for it.
Mm-hmm. That's so weird. That's almost like this. That's like a older version of this Henry. Yeah. That's interesting. Like there's
it's like an auto burglar.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah,
but
that's cool.
I got this gun shop called Man.
Yeah.
Like
so
a bunch
look at that.
of idiots, they cut it up.
Yeah. That's cool.
If anybody works at a gun shop and they get one of these in,
mm-hmm.
yes, they're illegal unless they're registered. But you know how you make them illegal? You take the damn barrel off.
You mean how you make them legal? How you make them legal?
How you make them legal. You just take the barrel off. They're no longer illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cut it up like this. Because now I got to weld it back together.
Okay. So that's the job that you're doing. You got that together. That'll be cool.
Gun shop gave it to me. They said, we got this in and we cut it up because we were afraid to have it. We knew you'd want it. And it's like,
punks.
Tell me before you cut it up.
Yeah, exactly. Don't start cutting guns up, man. You're a gun shop, for crying out loud.
Right? They
could hold you first. All you got to do is take the barrel off.
Yeah.
That's it? Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, did anyone guess what this very powerful weapon is? This is a very powerful weapon inside of this. Does anyone guess?
It's a double dong.
Huh?
It's a double dong.
A double dong? That's going to be one skinny double. Anyone no guesses? Anyone out there have any guesses as to what this is here before we move on? Come on, let's get some guesses. FlyingRich, guesses. Come on.
Oh, gosh, you're killing me. And I'm like, what's he had on the show before?
Yeah.
And showing us. And now, is that the complete gun or just a barrel?
I said weapon.
Weapon. All right.
I didn't say gun. I said weapon.
Switchblade.
Nope. Not a switchblade. Weapon. Anyone? A very powerful.
I'm guessing it's some kind of knife.
Very powerful weapon. That's a clue.
Unless it's a who was the flashlight that exploded and killed a guy?
Cruiseman says it's a pic of Hank's face. Oh, thank you, Cruiseman. You are so nice.
What is the flashlight that exploded and killed somebody?
I don't even. What flashlight exploded?
What light? Olight. It's an Olight.
When did Olight exploded and killed someone? No. Really?
Yeah.
When was
you didn't know that?
When was this?
So apparently somebody put the wrong battery in an Olight and they had it in their mouth and it overheated and exploded and killed them. It's true. I saw it on the internet.
Right.
Why the hell would somebody put a flashlight in their mouth?
Mechanics do it all the time.
And when it overheats, why is it still in your mouth? Why is it in
Yeah.
your mouth as it's heating up? Why don't you go, oh, this thing that my lips are holding onto is getting hot? Well, I guess a lot of people have been there already.
Olight, the only flashlight with a confirmed kill.
It's probably okay. Listen, I'm gonna stop messing around with you guys. So this, and I have shown this before. Here, let me see.
Is the brass rod that Lola
Let's see
hit
if
you
this
with.
will see that. Can anyone read what that says right there? Can anyone read that? What it says right there?
Snape?
No.
Yeah, they okay. They look at that. Rich can actually read, even though he's a old dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's a
open up.
wand.
Yes, there you go. I'm gonna open up the. So this is the wand of Professor Snape from Harry
Yeah, but
Potter.
it's not the Elder Wand,
No, it's not the Elder Wand, but it's
the
Professor
Elder Wand
Snape's.
is the most
So
powerful
I went
wand,
to
and we all know
I went
that.
to Harry Potter Land in Universal years ago with the kids when my kids were still relatively young, and we all bought one. So Lola bought one, and the boys, I don't even know where theirs are, but I've always kept mine in good shape, and I chose Professor Snape's wand. So you could do like the Cruciatus curse with this. You could do the Abracadabra or whatever whatever.
Abracadabra, yeah.
Yeah, you could do all those Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium, you could do all those if you're into
Nothing's
Harry Potter.
levitating.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a nerd, so without a doubt, I'm definitely
Man.
a Harry Potter nerd.
So I can,
but magic,
I can
but
tell you
these
a Harry
are
Potter
dangerous.
story about my wife.
Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
So we're leaving Harry Potter Land, and she's got her wand because she went to who's the wand maker? What's his name?
Gringotts or something?
No,
Or,
there's a wand shop.
Yeah, there's a wand-
where you buy the wands.
Yes.
Anyhow,
someone will tell us
I'm
the
waiting
name of
for
the wand
something.
shop. I like
So-
this because I look at the this is about as good as I can get it to. Let's see. Go ahead.
I think they're like epoxy resin. So
Mm-hmm.
there's somebody with a sorting hat, and my wife looks up and says, "Wow, how dumb is that to have a sorting hat that doesn't talk?" I said, "About as dumb as having a wand that doesn't work."
Oh, I'm sure you slept on the couch that night.
And ever since, yes.
You didn't get a wand. You guys went and you did that, and you were a wet blanket.
No, I
huh?
worked too hard for my money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
flying-
didn't get a wand. The
Okay.
kids got. Did the kids get it? Yeah. Kids
Yeah.
and my wife got them.
I got to save up for 50 cal ammo.
You guys had to be grown-ups, huh? I remember going to like Universal with my kids, and when they got their face painted, I get my face painted too. I mean, you gotta have fun. That's only like one time. Brian Quick says, breaking news, man armed with magic wand defends family from home invaders. That would be such a cool like video for someone to make, like take one of those, we always see those home invasion videos, and then somehow, create it where it looks like the guy comes out with a wand and he's like, abracadabra to you, messing everyone up. Yeah, I always thought that was kind of ironic in Harry Potter.
I got a magic wand.
I know that the Harry Potter writer chick, J.K. Rowling, was kind of liberal for a while. I think they've kicked her out of the liberal empire now, right? Because
they hate her now.
Yeah, they hate her now. But I always thought it was like, hey, these wands kill people. Well, no, you know what? I'm wrong. I apologize. I sincerely apologize.
It's Ollivander's wand.
Ollivander's, yeah. It's not wands that kill people. People kill people, not wands.
Yeah.
It's the damn wands that do it.
Yeah. The wands don't
We need
kill the
wand
people.
control.
Yeah.
You need to lock them up in a safe at night.
Yeah. You need to get insurance for your wand.
Yeah.
And they did that, like in one of the stories. Isn't that what the story was about? They didn't want to teach the kids how to use the wands to defend themselves. Remember?
Yeah, one of the Harry Potter episodes was.
Yeah.
Well, I know they started not teaching the dark arts in one episode.
Yeah.
One movie.
Yeah.
It was that Karen bitch that they had on there that was.
Yeah.
You can't-
There was a wand, Karen?
Dolores Umbridge.
Yeah. Karen
Yeah.
Unbridge or whatever the hell her name was.
Yeah, there was a crazy cat lady. But it's the same kind of thing, you have to learn how to defend yourself. This is the same, or you have to be able to defend yourself, and we should teach our kids how to defend themselves, and we should trust them with those abilities. Of course, people are going to do bad things and go the wrong way, but ultimately, you have to be able to defend yourself, right?
Yep.
It's always like I say to a lot of these people, imagine. Like a lot of these same folks are animal lovers, and I'm an animal. I appreciate animals and all that. So imagine you have a dog or a cat, and you declaw them, right? That's a cruel thing to do, to declaw cats, for example, and people do it.
Yep.
But you declaw this cat, and you like cats are a lot. They're way more difficult to keep indoors than even dogs, right? And now that cat is out there with no freaking claws. I mean, he's just open prey for anyone, for any creature. So why would you declaw human beings? Why would you declaw people and have them be out there and they're just open prey for anyone? So
because they want people to be prey.
Yeah,
ultimately. They want them to be prey for the government.
Yeah.
So they can tell them how they should live and what they should do and eat and think and.
100%, man. That's what we have going on. All right, so listen, this is the guest topic here. I don't know if FlyingRich, did you want to talk about some stuff you're up to? I know you got some projects going on. Do you want to talk about that?
So, yeah, I have a new version. Whoops.
I'm so glad I switched right at that moment to what happened.
All right, so I have suction cups on the banner. And one of the suction cups let loose.
Oh.
So no, Rich, it was Hank. I saw him with his wand.
Yeah, exactly.
Hank did it with the wand?
I did a secret with Guardium Leviosa on you.
The opposite. You made it heavy. Right. So this is the Glock Bullpup. I actually had that was functioning, and I made a V2 version of it because there's an issue right here with these two pieces staying together. And my V2 has some lugs where the forward grip, snaps into. And I test fired it yesterday, and apparently it worked.
Yeah, it looks like you broke
it. Worked really good because the lug focused all the energy right here, so it broke apart.
So that's the weakest, that's the point of least resistance right there that broke, obviously.
Yeah. So I 3D printed another one. This print just finished, midday, and I threw it together quick, but something's up. My trigger isn't working right. So I was going to hopefully test this today. I guess I'll take it apart, figure out what's going on with the trigger, that it's not working, and get that running.
And that looks like that was printed, that's printed with a different material looks like, right?
So this is PLA Plus, and the front was PLA, and it's actually printed on a different printer. And let me just slide this together. Let's see.
Do you all notice the awesomeness of us magically not getting kicked off? Oh, you know what? I like your trigger on there.
Oh yeah, that's a custom thing I did. Not a big deal. I just
squadron. And you got the squadron logo too, I'm seeing now.
Yep. Got the squadron logo in there. First attempt at that. That wasn't so good. Actually, I don't have the parts right here.
So so everyone knows, and the people listening on audio, Rich is working on a Bullpup Glock, and we got that from Control Pew. We got a bunch of parts from JSD Supply as well as Barnauls.
And Rich. Razor JB.
And Razor JB did a lot of work on that, and who I don't know who else, Rich.
I think that's it. So Razor JB, he gave me the sights and the guide rod spring, and Barnauls, I think that's the Barnauls slide, barrel, and compensator. Yep. And I got the rails and lower parts kit from JSD.
Yeah. So big shout out to all those people. What do you think about this? What do you think about this, Hoff? I know you're into 3D. You're still doing 3D printing stuff, right?
Yeah, some just trying to deal with cancer and everything else and get the shop back in order. I really haven't done a whole lot with it. my problem is I'm coming at it from a manufacturing standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
and it's never going to be, at least in the near future, it's never going to be good enough for a product that I can sell that I don't have to worry about it breaking.
Mm-hmm.
Because it tends, it's like wood. It shears at the seams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a grain to it.
Yeah. I
there's
mean,
a grain to it.
so there's
And,
different. So I know you have a different printer, I think, from what Rich has, from what
Yeah.
FlyingRich has. There's different printers and different materials, right? But I mean, from
Yeah.
what I see, a lot of people are using 3D printing for prototypes and developing stuff.
Yeah. Prototypes, I mean, they are great for doing prototype work, doing fixturing stuff. If you need to make a couple of parts, you can fixture up real quick with 3D printing. They're great for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I also look at it that, oh, well, this piece took me 36 hours to print.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, I can machine that in like 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ooh,
but
what is
now-
that, Rich? What's that part right there?
So this is not a bump stock. It's a kind of the grip version of that, and that'll go around an AR-15 pistol grip, and it allows you to bump fire it.
Okay, so this is for the bump fire deficient people like myself who have no clue how to really, because I can't bump fire
I
like
can't
Mac.
bump fire a stock either.
Yeah, Mac could bump fire the living daylights out of anything. I'm always like, how the hell is he doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the rhythm.
Yeah, SHF Walt says, nice BOP onesie, Rich. Shout out to Walter out there.
Just got it yesterday. I threw it on today and instantly took a nap.
So
and Walt.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So Walt, what's your wife say about the onesie? Because my wife is like, the first thing out of her mouth is, "What's that?" And that is not attractive.
Okay, she's talking about you. She's not talking about the onesie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did Peggy say? I'm wondering what Peggy said to Walter about the onesie.
Oh, Peggy, I think, likes that onesie.
Yeah.
I think Peggy rocks that onesie more than Walt.
And I got to say thanks to Peggy and Walter and Will. They were so nice to me when I was out at SHOT Show. They're just great people to hang around with.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty awesome. At SHOT Show, that's what I miss. Every year at SHOT Show, they take me out and feed me and everything. It's all, I mean, what else can a dude ask for,
Yeah.
while you're out in Vegas? So Hoffman, you haven't gotten as deep into the 3D printing as you would like to, huh?
Not really.
Okay.
I need.
Do I need to send FlyingRich over there? Do I need to send FlyingRich over there to?
God.
Yeah, I think we need to make this happen, Rich.
What are you doing Friday, Hoff?
I'm envisioning YouTube shorts from from the two dicks.
Two short dicks.
Yeah.
So, all right, I should show you what my wife walks around in, and I don't mention to her that
wait,
it's not
hold
attractive.
Hold on a second. Don't get yourself in that kind of trouble.
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying, Walt said that Peggy puts his onesie on and uses it.
Yeah, she wears it. Okay, listen, let's go back to the Bullpup Glock.
Yes.
Hoffman, what do you think about this Bullpup Glock? You have any ideas here? You're a dyed-in-the-wool, old-school gun guy. What are you thinking about this?
Okay, Rich. What I want to know, that hump behind the grip.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Right
a part of the grip. That right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the
Why
trigger
is
is.
that not part of the frame?
Yeah, it's just part of the design, and apparently there's a new design out, but I haven't gotten a copy of it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you made that part of the grip or part of the magwell part, it would make that section much stronger.
Absolutely,
I see the point you make. Let's see.
Yeah.
That's why we got the Hoffman around. That's a good point right there.
It would take out that stress area there and give you much more material.
Because that's where it broke, right?
Yep.
Yep. And let's see, is my stock going to go on? Oh, no, it's not going to go on. Hold on. The screw is just sticking out enough, but I 3D printed a folding stock also.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll...
Oh, nice. And it clicks in there.
Locks in, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it uses an AR-15 mag release spring.
Yeah. So what other advice do you have for this, Hoff? I want to see, what else are you thinking here looking at this?
That would be my first change. Make that all one piece. Have the front grip section a separate piece, but make that back little hump part of the magazine well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was, it's weird. Like, I mean, I thought they were going to do something to make the grip also like a place that you can hold an extra mag, right?
Yeah, the version that Control Q is working on, this is hollow to put a mag in.
Mm-hmm.
Put a mag.
So it hasn't, at least it hasn't been released to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't checked his Discord recently, but I would have to take a look.
Yeah, that's the best way from what Alex says to keep up with the Discord. I think is the thing to do with those kinds of things. So that's your changes you would make. Any other problems you've been having with that FlyingRich?
Well, so what I did, my changes. Let's see. So I put this step right here, so it kind of locks the front in, and let's see, you can see right here where I have these, nubs that the front grip piece fits into.
Okay.
So those were my two changes, and that's what seemed to focus all the stress right in this corner here.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it seems like...
I mean, it looks to me like how Hoffman was saying to put that bump on the frame, then wouldn't it make it more difficult? Like, how do you connect the grip part to the whole thing if you do that?
Actually, I got another idea since Hoffman said that. If there's no reason I can't put material across here,
right,
bridging this gap, and still keep the same design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can even make a piece that slides into that little hump. What is that hump?
Well, that's where the trigger goes. So that's where this trigger connects to the stock Glock trigger.
Yeah, okay, so the linkage... The trigger is actually in there, and the linkage is connecting to it, right?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, there's like basically there's a custom nub that replaces the trigger, and that's where the new trigger connects in. Hoffman Tactical did like if you picture an AR-15 in the buffer tube, he put like triangle bracing on it on his 3D print, and that's kind of the same idea. You know what? That would definitely fix it. Like if I just ran some support, I wouldn't have to change anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty smart. You want to go in the gun business?
Yeah, Hoffman Tactical. Is he related to you?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, you sure? I'm spitting out some little extra Hoffmans we don't know about.
I don't know. With my family, you never know what might be creeping around.
Right. What's that? What's Hoffman is, I guess, is that German?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you ask my dad, it was Prussian. It was German.
Prussian. Okay. That's pre-German. Prussians is that pre-German? Look at Rich putting up team uncool fell down. You should leave it. It's uncool down. When you put it up, it's not cool. It's the uncool when you put it back up. Yeah. All right. What do the folks out there, either you guys or the folks out there, what do you all think about 3D printing? I'll leave this open to anyone to jump in there. What would be the dream stuff to 3D print? Gun world or otherwise?
Ooh. Hank, I'll show you some project I'm working on that I'm using 3D printing, but I can't show you. This is a little complicated story. I'll have to tell you off camera because it's unfortunately not a publicly consumable story yet.
Oh boy. Okay,
But
I don't think me and Hoffman need to know at all.
so there's cool things you can do. So if you one of the guys, I don't remember if it was my show or somebody else's show. We had somebody about 3D printing was talking. Actually, I think it was DLD After Dark, and he had a couple of guys on, and what they were saying is if you're just downloading something and printing, you're missing 90% of the fun. And I almost never download something and print it. I always modify it a little bit. And that's because a lot of these files are open source. You go to Thingiverse and you can download it, and then you can remix it and then upload it, just like what I did with the Glock, which probably was a bad idea, but now I learned from I got a better idea after talking to Hoffman. And so it's the community contributing and coming up with better ideas. So there's like two other things you can do, or at least I've thought about doing with 3D printing, or other people have done, let me put it that way, that I've seen. So if you think of 3D printing as like, I'm going to print this and this is the final product, you're pigeonholed into only producing things out of plastic like this. But one of the guys posted an AR9 design that you could 3D print, but he also posted one that you could do a lost PLA process. So just like you do a lost wax process when you cast things from aluminum or something like that, other metals, what you would do is you would have a wax version of the item, and then you'd put it in a kiln and melt it out. You'd pour plaster around it, and you'd leave a duct for it to melt out.
Yeah, or
you can do the same thing with PLA
or something like that. Yeah.
And then you can cast. So the guy was casting an AR9 lower after making a PLA version of it. So you can do that. You could also manufacture a mold, like a 3D print something, and then make a silicone mold of the mold, and then do injection molding of that. So you could use 3D printing to make a silicone mold, and then
make low budget
do injection molding.
Yeah, do low budget injection, because that's expensive, right?
So like I'm not going to show you what it is, but there's tabs here and they interlock. So this object, it's like the negatives of a mold. So when you put it together, 3D, you make a silicone mold of it and then put it together, it'll lock, and then you can do an injection mold out of it.
Yeah. Hoffman, you were saying companies.
Yeah, Pine Tree Casting started doing that. Oh God, when was that? Probably 15 or 20 years ago. Doing prototypes, and they'd print them in low melt plastic, and then they'd lost wax cast them. And I know the casting company my mother used for her silver and gold business is doing the same thing. I could send them a file, and they'll print it out, make a mold of it, make the silicone mold of it, and then print it in silver, gold, bronze, whatever I wanted it.
Yeah, jewelry would be a great thing. I mean, even like in our world, it'll be a cool way to make some cool, gun-related jewelry even, right? If you think about it.
Sure.
That would be, like if you're thinking about starting a business or something like that, to cater to folks in the gun world.
Somebody who knows how to do 3D modeling well can make a lot of money doing this.
Cruiseman said I would get one to 3D print action figure parts.
That's cool, right?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you can make
and look, a 3D printer, what people don't realize, the Ender 3, and I hate calling the Ender 3 an entry-level printer because people are doing very sophisticated things with it. You can get them for $200 or less. And Micro Center on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, whatever it was, they had them for $100.
Yeah. So it's, I think there's more and more people getting into it. And I think a lot of people in the firearms industry, from what I see, a lot of companies are using this to make the prototypes we often see.
Yeah, a lot of companies have switched to this for all their prototyping stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know Keltec did, Ruger did years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? The LCP, Ruger's little pistol.
The copy of the Keltec.
Yeah, when they came out with that, they 3D printed the. I guess it was the revolver they did. What is it? The LCR or L something like that. They came out with them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They 3D printed that whole gun and just handed it around the shop, and who doesn't? What are the things you don't like? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That was the P15 they just came out with. Chad was telling me that at SHOT Show. And they printed out a couple of different grip designs for the P15, and everybody around the shop checked it out and voted on what they liked best. And then they went to production with that design.
On that one.
Say that again. Say that.
When they were printing one of the halves, but it wasn't finished in time.
Okay.
So I didn't get to.
Okay. I think that's a cool, really cool way to do things, mess around with it, and have everyone kind of like get their hands on it. And we're probably seeing some cooler and cooler stuff come out nowadays, because at least it's starting there, right? And then then they can decide like, okay, do we want to invest a bunch more time and start doing machining and stuff like that?
Well, as good as 3D design is, and as good as people are with 3D design, there's nothing like having it in your hands to see how it works. And even Brandon Herrera is 3D printing parts of the AK-50 just to see how, like, hey, this is how the cam is going to work, this is how the bolt is going to work, and maybe make revisions to it based on things that you see once it's a physical object, as opposed to getting something machined saying, oh man, that's never going to work. And this, because something, for me to print this, it might be $3, $4. It's certainly less than $10. But if you're going to have something like that CNC machine, that's a stink load of money.
Yeah, absolutely. So and hopefully when we get Rich back into fighting shape, when we get Hoffman back into fighting shape, he'll be doing. Because I was really, I'm looking forward to you doing some of that stuff. I know that's why you got the 3D printer, right? You have some ideas.
Yeah, like you said, after this year, I need to get caught up on all my backlog on gunsmithing and parts. Once I can get all that stuff done, and now Nick is starting to come out into the shop, so I'm starting to get him up to speed to help me out. Once I get that all caught up, then there's all kinds of stuff I got lined up that I want to do, 3D printing, and I'll be doing a lot of 3D printing, figuring out new parts.
Yeah.
Because I can just design it, print it up, print it, does that feel right? Does it look right? Because so many times you make something, you 3D model it. Wow, that looks really good. And then you print it and it's like, that looks like shit. Or you hold it in your hand and it's like, it just doesn't feel right. And with 3D printing, it's not huge money to adjust it and change it and make another one.
Yeah. Or even you get excited. Like I remember, when Rich and I were putting this whole thing together, I don't know, Rich. I don't know how, like, I'm not saying you weren't excited in the beginning, but I think I could see that you got a little bit more amped up when you started, like, printing the stuff and, getting it in your hands and then turning it around.
There's definitely, once you have something, and I don't have the smaller version of this kicking around, but, like, I 3D printed a Mac trash can, and there's a cluster of Raspberry Pis in here, and a 5-port switch. But like this part, when I redesigned it, I printed it quarter scale. So you can do tricks like that. So instead of taking 8 hours to print, it took 2 hours to print at quarter scale.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that that makes it exciting. So, FlyingRich, when you were at SHOT Show, obviously we couldn't, like from our perspective when we were doing the live stuff, we couldn't see a lot of things. Did you see some cool, exciting things, in the winds here for 3D printing? I know the big news was what's his name coming out with what was it, the 0%er
Oh yeah, Cody Wilson,
for the
sure.
Ghost Gunner. But did you see any other stuff like that out there?
I really didn't, and I didn't stop and talk to a lot of people. See, my plan for SHOT Show was I was going to be John Crump's wingman, and I was going to let John guide me around. And so a lot of people, they'll plan SHOT by like, hey, I got to see this booth, this booth, this booth, or they'll just go, zigzag up and down the hallways. So I was trying to, meet with some companies that I knew, see their products. I really didn't do a lot of talk about 3D printing to people.
Okay.
I'll tell you what was interesting at SHOT. Twice I just sat down at a random table and started talking to somebody, and it was just somebody super interesting that you normally wouldn't bump into, like the owner of a company, and they got some interesting projects, and so that was probably the coolest thing was the accidental meetings. I really didn't focus on 3D printing.
Okay. Was there anything, Hoffman, that were you following all of that, or you don't really follow the SHOT Show stuff too much?
Not really. I got burned out of SHOT Show so many years ago, actually doing a booth at SHOT Show, and I always did it by myself.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And that just tears your ass up,
Mm-hmm.
And, most of my stuff, the newest of the stuff that I work on was made in 86.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, who cares about this new stuff? I can't make any money on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think, I think a lot of what's old is coming back again.
Yeah.
And then, someone like yourself that has the understanding that you do of actually having to make these by machining them and then mixing that with this new technology, 3D printing, all this kind of different stuff. I think that's kind of where the future, like how we pull things out in the future, if that makes any sense to people.
Yeah.
Walter says, I think that's a cruise missile CPU.
So I joke that I failed at making a CubeSat because it's a cylinder set.
That looks almost like something that, and that makes a lot of freaking noise. That looks like something that Darth Vader would go into to recover, or something like a Bacta. What is it? Is it called a Bacta tank?
I don't know, but this is supposed to be like the Mac trash can, the Mac Pro trash can.
Yeah, but I really do think, like, I'm excited to see Richard Hoffman kind of like mixing up these two worlds and coming up with some things, even if like Rich, you were talking about, maybe just making the parts and supplying it to these guys who are 3D printing things. Because the folks out there are developing some really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In CAD, and at some point they need to be able to start putting these things together. I think the big thing is getting the parts, but then also kind of like mixing the old and new. I think
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the exciting stuff.
I think there's a lot of it. Just like how the auto manufacturers went back. Look at Chrysler, all of the retro type cars that they came out with, the Challenger, the Charger, those types of things.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of guns of the past that are probably worth revisiting and looking at with a new angle on how could I make that in 2022 terms.
Yeah. And we could really do some cool, almost like what Remington tried to do with the R51, but
I'd do it better.
Yeah, something, because there's a lot of cool stuff. I don't
understand. When I was reading my NRA magazine, it said it was the greatest gun ever.
I don't know. I don't know if we have time to super.
Yeah, let's not even go.
But yes, there can be some really cool stuff. There can be some really cool stuff on the horizon, and it'll be interesting to see that. I would like to see that. There might be some things that we never got in America, or things that came out a long time ago, and it were cool. We could figure out. And I know that it's one thing that gets in the face of all the nonsense that these people are doing out there and trying to throw at us, right? So.
Well, yeah, the ability, like they say in the 3D printing world, you can't stop the signal. The genie's out of the bottle, and
No,
realistically, it's the genie of the 21st century's out of the bottle. You've always been able to take two pieces of pipe and make a shotgun in under 20 minutes. So there's now new ways of doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, listen. Let's start wrapping this up here. I think we went through time real fast here. Let's start wrapping this up. I am going to start with Richard Hoffman, and I'm going to ask him to tell the folks out there. He is like a social media mogul. I see him all over the place.
I am trying.
Yeah. So how can the folks find you, man?
You can go to my website, bwefirearms.com. You can go to just about all the social media places, except maybe TikTok or
Did you get up on what is the Trump one? Is it Getter or something like that?
Is it Truth Social? Is that it?
For requesting an account, I think you can do. It's not up yet, but you can request your domain or whatever they call it. So I've done that. Okay. And then whenever they go live, I'll, whether I use it or not, I don't know. I'm on pretty much all the social medias. Some I use, some I kind of don't. But it's all a variation of BWEfirearms.com.
What are you most active on for the people who want to communicate with you?
Probably the most active on Facebook and YouTube. Okay. And it's funny because Facebook, everybody's like, oh, Facebook's for old people. Yeah, but that's where the machine gun market is old people.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, let's go to FlyingRich. Make sure you guys go check out BWE Firearms. What is it? Firearms Parts and Accessories, Rich?
I think it's BWE Firearms and Parts.
Firearms and Parts. YouTube. Yes, make sure you guys check that out. And then also the same for my friend FlyingRich. Rich, tell the folks all the different places they can find you.
So FlyingRich.com, YouTube.com/FlyingRich, and Instagram, I'm FlyingRich_official. And I'm FlyingRich almost everywhere, Getter, Instagram, not Instagram, Twitter, etc. So FlyingRich, what is it? What was the old one that nobody uses anymore? MySpace. FlyingRich on MySpace.
Is MySpace still out there?
Yeah.
That's the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even know that. So let me just...
the only one on there.
Right, exactly. Just FlyingRich. So Lola said that Friday we're getting Jared. So tomorrow we've got Steve of Rex Silentium. Tomorrow is Steve of Rex Silentium. They're coming on. That is a suppressor company. They do suppressors and other stuff. We've had them on already. A really good conversation from the last time. And they actually accept Bitcoin. You can use your Bitcoin to buy suppressors and stuff like that. So we're going to have Steve on. They've got some
I need to buy some stuff with TUSC.
I don't know if he accepts TUSC. I can ask him that. But I know he also is one of those guys doing universal, the universal suppressor or silencer standard. He's doing some of that stuff. Yeah. So we're going to have that conversation tomorrow. And then on Friday, we're going to have Jared of Guns and Gadgets. So that should be...
I saw Jared in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was out there working hard, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to... I'm going to play the end in here. We're going to come back and get the words of wisdom. Should we do... Rich, should we do Hoffman? Should we let Hoffman...
Do Hoffman.
Yeah, we'll let Hoffman hit us with some grumpy words of wisdom as we go out here. But there was a great conversation with these guys. Time really flew by. I hope you all enjoyed this that are watching out there. And I'm going to play the end, and we're going to come right back here and load up your words of wisdom. Load them up. All right. Big thanks to... Make sure you guys check out FlyingRich. Big thanks to FlyingRich. Did a great job at SHOT Show. Big thanks to Richard Hoffman of BWE for coming in. Good to see him again here.
Appreciate you having me.
Oh, absolutely. You're welcome. Let's run the end. We'll come back and we'll get words of wisdom from the Hoff. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us here on the show. We're going to rip the audio out of this, throw it up on iTunes and all your other favorite places to listen to audio podcasts. Shout out to everyone who's joining us from the Firearms Radio Network folks out there. Okay, words of wisdom. What you got?
Words of wisdom. No matter what, don't give up the fight. If I can put up and dealing with cancer and beat it, anybody can deal with whatever they've got going on. Just keep up the fight. If you got to talk to somebody, talk to somebody.
Absolutely. There you go. It's good to see you getting better, man.
Yep.
And I think Hoffman is a fighter. He's out there kicking ass all the time. All right, so
Kicking
we will
ass, taking names.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks, Flying Rich.
Thank you, Hank.
Thanks to all the folks out there. You guys are welcome. We will see you all tomorrow. We're out of here. Let me look, Rich. Look at how difficult it is. I got to go over. I got to press the button.
The stop.
I got to press the button. Oh no, it's so difficult. I got to press that button, and then I got to come over here. Oh no, I got to press another button on here. We're out of here. Peace.